Well, shooters and reloaders out there, as you know, we just got done casting these bullets in 30 caliber and 44 caliber, and they're cast with a very hard alloy that's BHN 21 to 22 by the time we water quenched them. Now the question is, since they're also very large and they're very hard, when we size these, will we rub the powder coating off? Because we're going to be using a lot of force. So let's find out about that. Well, these are 44 caliber bullets, but they all are too large as they cast and powder coated. But the problem is that these are very hard. When they're that hard, it's much more difficult to run them through our sizing dies. So, a very good thing to do is to use our case lube that we made, our homemade case lube, using the unique and the isopropyl alcohol. And you see what happens is when you let it set for weeks, it will separate. But it's not a problem to shake it up again, just like that, and it's good to go again. It mixes very readily. So just a light squirt like that. That's all we need. Now we'll go ahead and run them through our Lee sizer. This is a 430 sizer, and that's a lot easier than doing it without the lube. Although it's still a lot harder than normal because our BHN is usually somewhere around 18 or maybe 15. That's a lot softer than BHN 22. Now we'll show you that we're not rubbing the powder off. The powder coat is not going to be rubbed off, even though this is taking a fair amount of resizing. Now one tip with the Lee sizers is to make sure you screw the sizing die down far enough so that this little ram here will push the bullet all the way past the little resizing or little sizing constriction in there. You don't want to get the bullet stuck in the constriction, so then the next bullet has to be used to push it through the constriction. Puts a lot of strain on the bullet. So you want the ram to push the base all the way past the sizing constriction so that it's in this area up here where it's loose, and then the next one will then go through the constriction on its own. As you see here. So that lube is working real well. We just use a 223 casing to push all the loose bullets out of the die before we take the container off. There we go. Now notice how those bullets come out looking kind of dirty after they're sized with the lube that was sprayed on there. Well, this will wipe right off, as I'll do right now, and I'll show you the bullets after. Well, that was indeed the lube that made that dirty look, and we wiped it off and got most of it off. There's still some on there, but you see these bullets aren't bad, and it's the bird yellow, and I don't know why they didn't call it canary yellow, probably because the name had already been taken somewhere else. So bird yellow it is. So here's something very important for us to be able to see, and that is with our bright pink powder coat on the silicone mat, the contact with the silicone mat left this little imperfection. Let's see what happens to that when you put that through the sizer. So we'll put it on the sizer like this, and we'll run it through. Here's another one of those. We'll run that one through. Then we'll use the 223 case to eject those. And now I'm going to take the camera off so that I can pick those up. The imperfections kind of get squashed out, so they're still there. Let's see what the other one looks like. You see, not too bad. Went through the sizer, made it more regular, and the case will be crimped right there, so you don't really see that much. I think these are okay to go ahead and do it with the silicone mat. For some reason, these bright pink powder coated bullets don't require the spraying of the lube. It's not quite as hard to push these through. They go through with more lubricity, as you can see. We'll do the rest of them off camera. You notice that I dropped this one on the floor, and normally we'll see damage to the bullet when we drop it on the floor, and you'll see on this one there's no damage just because this is so hard. Very hard bullet. So there's the bird yellow and the bright pink. And the bright pink didn't require any wiping off of any lubes because they ran through the sizer dye much easier. So here are our sized pastel blues, sized bird yellows, and sized bright pinks. And even though they started out at 0.433 inch as cast, and we powder coated them to add another thousandth or 10 thousandths thickness to these bullets, and they were very hard at BHN 21 to 22. When they were sized, the powder coat did not rub off on these bullets. In fact, you can't even tell that they got even close to going through. And that's the amazing thing about powder coating of our cast bullets. These are ready to load. Bye for now.